ya photography.
My name is Mr. Joseph Barsulai, a retired teacher who had taught for a period of 34 years. I mainly started planting this coffee in 2015. When I came from my retirement, I realized that so many farmers did not have enough money. They were planting maize. They were getting 2,000 shillings from their maize. And if you plant 1 acre, you have about 10 bags. That is 20,000 shillings. Here is a situation where if you plant the coffee, out of 1 bag, you get 15,000. If you get 2 bags, you have 30,000 shillings. And then I realized that if I can encourage these people to plant the coffee, that is good. My major aim when I came from my retirement is that I wanted farmers to accept growing coffee. Me, in the university, I had specialized in 2 areas. I had specialized one in teaching students in secondary schools. And secondly, I had done agricultural extension. This extension provided me knowledge on how to approach the farmers to accept to grow a crop that they could not have accepted. And you can be able to see the reasons why I grew my coffee very near the roadside. There is a road passing by. And I wanted people, when they are passing around, they see the coffee. When I tell them, grow this coffee, obviously, they will be able to see mine. And then they can go and grow. And what I'm now saying is that after a period of 5 years, I have so many farmers that have accepted to grow coffee in three sub-locations. One is a sub-location called Keiyo. Second is my sub-location called Turesia. The third is a sub-location after a particular hill called Morob sub-location. Me, I didn't know so much on coffee. But after my O-level in secondary school, I went to a school in Central Province called Keiyo High School. Around the school, and even the school itself, they had coffee. It is not that I developed a lot of interest, but when I went to college to do agriculture, I took some interest, although I was covering so much in agriculture. But from that knowledge of Central, of Kirinyaga, I realized that Kirinyaga, from my own observation, is the leading county in terms of money. Very near the mountain, they grow tea and they have dairy. In the middle, they have coffee and bananas. In the lower part, they have rice. I was looking at my county and I was saying, we have the highlands. I would have liked the farmers in the highlands to grow tea. And here in the lower part, the hanging valley, is that I wanted the farmers to grow coffee and bananas like in Kirinyaga. And in the lower part, they can grow their mangoes. That is what I was thinking. And that's what made me to grow coffee. As a farmer of coffee, from what I have observed, it's a very interesting job. Because first of all, I had so many problems. Because when my coffee grew, even to pick, I had not picked the coffee. But I realized it was very difficult. But now you can be able to see that I can be able to pick the coffee with my 2 hands. I used to pick with 1 hand. And it is very enjoyable. Because 1, I will have created employment. Number 2, I can grind my coffee locally using the local stone. And then I can use it for my food. I say those are the basic needs. I can grind them, and then I can be able to get food in the morning. Maybe coffee with chapati, coffee with scones, coffee with bananas, you have seen. So I bought my coffee from the research through the county government. I have a total of 900 trees. But you see, the first ones I planted, I started with 400. Then I was replacing that died. Then later on, I have increased the plants. So I started 400, I now have 900. And this year, I want to increase by 500. That will be about 1,400. And my sons, they have seen the coffee. They have accepted to come and plant the coffee, each one of them. I can be managing for them to some extent, but they have to come in. This variety called Patian, it was developed in 2012 during the time of President Kibaki. It is a very high yielder. It is highly tolerant to coffee berry disease, one of the most serious diseases of coffee. The second variety is a variety called Ruiru 11. This particular variety was developed in Ruiru in 2011. This particular coffee is highly tolerant, 100% tolerant to coffee berry disease. The only problem with this particular crop is that in pruning, it produces so many branches. Therefore, you have to be serious in pruning so that you can see the coffee berries. But the goodness also of this particular variety is that it produces coffee every year. But the major problem with Patian, it can produce this year, may produce next year. During the third year, it says, I'm going for an holiday in Mombasa. So I cannot produce. The amount of money I used to get as a teacher was not so much compared with what I'm getting from coffee. The major problem so much in coffee are the diseases. This particular disease called the coffee berry disease, when it affects some of my trees in coffee, I don't sleep. Yeah? So and you know me, I'm an old man. So if you don't sleep because of the CBD, you will have to go and look for money to buy the fungicide for control of CBD. So that is a major problem. But other problems that I have seen is that there is a pest called the coffee stem borer. You see, you move around and you see your coffee, the part of it is falling. And you cannot see the pest. You know, it also gives you a headache. And then what do you do? I mean, those are some of the things that we face as farmers. You find some of your coffee, the stems are falling. And then you can be able to see some leaves. We have a pest called the coffee leaf miner. It attacks the leaf on the underside. And you see the leaves getting dry. Sasa, those are some of the things that give us problems. But there may also be other problems like some machines breaking down when you are pulping the coffee. If the machine breaks down, you know, those are the challenges that you face. But this particular fungicide like the Caprio is very expensive. You buy 1 liter at 10,000 shillings. But when you harvest the coffee, you dry them properly up to a moisture content of 10 to 11%, but so much 11 to 12, not beyond 12. And then we take them to the store of the cooperative society. We collect our coffee from the 3 sub-locations, from Kalwal, from a place called Kewapmuen, and then we collect them at the store in Turesia. And then we take them to CMS factory in Eldoret. When you deliver your coffee, because we are a society, they will be able to mill your coffee within a period of less than a week. They take them for auctioning in Nairobi. And as soon as your coffee is sold in the market, according to regulations, is that you are paid your money within a period of 2 weeks. The money is in the bank. From this farm of mine, let me say, last year, I had 215,000 shillings. But I had not harvested the number of trees that I harvested this year. So I had 215. So this year, I may be able to get, if it does very well, I may be able to get up to 300,000 shillings. As a retired teacher, to me that is enough, isn't it? Yeah. I had sold 10 bags, 10 bags on average of 50 kilos. I'm expecting to get 600 kilos. Let us say we can get 400. That is 240,000 shillings. If I can get more than that, but that's what I'm expecting. Some people may be saying that maybe when I came from retirement, I had money. But I didn't have money. But some of the things that have been done is that I have built a house using the money from coffee. I have recently a water tank, underground water tank, worth 200,000 shillings. I got 215 last year. I have used 200,000 shillings to construct an underground water tank.